Hey guys, welcome back to Higurashi. AD 1982. The fifth year of the series of mysterious deaths in Hinamisawa, also known as Oyashiro Sama's curse, 1 year prior to Kichi Mayberry's transfer. Didn't hear a wake-up chime. I'm not in school anymore. My brain is half asleep, and I'm aware of that. Waking up at the same time as a chime would go off at school doesn't feel good. I can't go back to sleep after this. I'm not going to live a torturous school life anymore. I can make today either happy or boring. It's up to me. Yay, that's really positive. I feel like I'm alive for the first time in a while. I didn't have any other clothes, so I was still wearing a school truck uniform. It's supposed to be designed by some famous Italian person, but it just looks plain to me. It really doesn't feel great to still be enclosed in that school. I want to enjoy my freedom as soon as possible. I especially don't want to walk around outside wearing it. I should have Kasai bring me some new clothes later. I should think of redecorating this room. After all, this is going to be my castle from now on. This is a room in a gorgeous apartment building in the suburbs of Okunomiya. The property is one a realtor met has conglomerate obtained after a foreclosure due to some sort of dispute. Most of the residents moved out during that, so while there are plenty of rooms, it's a lonely complex that feels devoid of people. Plus, with the exception of the manager and a scant one or two others, all the residents are shitty-looking people connected to my dad. It probably won't be much longer before the virtuous residents are driven out. The apartment I'm living in used to be the room they used for viewing, so it looks like a room in a business hotel. It's fully furnished, but lacking in daily necessities. I'll buy those things over time, though. It's better that way anyway. I'll make it feel more like my own room. I nodded to myself. It might have looked stupid, but it helped psych me up. At the school, there was a TV only in the common room, and we weren't allowed to watch any cable channels, as after all the channels was a form of emancipation. I don't know. It was early in the morning, so nothing interesting was on, but I enjoyed it anyway. Commercials were fun to watch. Kasai dropped by with lunch right when I started to feel hungry. Good morning, Shion-san. Did you sleep well last night? Sleeping on the couch was a bit too uncomfortable. As a Japanese person, I want to sleep in a futon on the floor. Oh, this pickled radish is good. That's good to hear. Please let me know what you need later on. I'll try to get as much as I can. Thanks. Oh, but you don't need to worry so much about me. I chose this life for myself anyway, and your wallet wouldn't last if I started extorting you, right? I have to be serious about my plan. I can't let myself take advantage of Kasai's wallet forever. I think I'm going to start a part-time job. I have to earn my own living. This is the life I chose, so naturally I have to take care of it myself. That's reassuring to hear, but are you sure if you go outside, eventually someone in the family will discover you? I give that a little thought, which is why I'll need Mion's help. Kasai, would you mind calling the main house for me when Mion answers pass me the receiver? Oh well, whatever you say. What could be your plan? Kasai dialed the number. It's funny to me that we're calling the main house, even though that's the place I most want to avoid at the moment. Hello. Good morning. Is this Mion's son? It's been a while. This is Kasai. Yes, good morning. Could you hold for a moment? I'm letting someone else on the phone. I take the handset. Hello? Can you tell who this is? That voice. But that can't be true. Sean's still supposed to be confined in St. Lucia's. You can't be her. Yeah, they forbid outside calls at the academy, but you're talking to me right now. Even my dim-witted older sister should understand what that means. Did you sneak out of the school? Oh, how? That's not important. I really missed you, sis. Shion. That was as far as I could take it. Mion had hit her limit too. We both burst into laughter and able to keep up our act. It's been a while since we laughed out loud with each other like this. It's been forever, Shion. Seriously, what's happened with you? There's not much else to it. I haven't lied or anything. Wait, then you really ran away? Oh, great job. Well, the security was telling them to keep me locked up in here. Maybe the school should be grateful you escaped quietly. If you are serious, it'd be easy for you to blow up the whole building to make your escape. Well, I couldn't have done that, but I might have set it on fire. Kasai smiled at his amazement. His place is a blend of amusement and exploration. Is it okay to talk to you now? It's alright. Granny's out for her lesson. She's coming home later in the evening. That's good. We should get together and talk soon. Just over the phone for today, though. Okay. Did anybody report my escape to our grandmother? Nope. We haven't heard nothing. I passed along all the calls and guests with the family now, so no news reaches Granny without going through me. I'm sure she doesn't know. Wow. That's awesome. You really sound like the next leader of the Sonozaki family. You know, I don't like that. You should have taken my place. You're the one with the demon, aren't you? Well, keep giving it your all. I'll be rooting for you from the shadows. Anyway, that's not important now. You sound so indifferent. Well, that's okay, I guess. If you hear anything about me, give Kasai a call, okay? I'll have to give you my number here, but I'll keep it a secret for the time being. I'm sorry. Alright. If Granny hears you fled to school, there will be all kinds of trouble. I'll be on the lookout for now. And I'll let Kasai know if something happens. Thanks. I also have a favor to ask. I figured you would. Oh, money's out of the question, okay? I never thought I could pester you for money. I just want to ask you for a little help with my part-time job. I see, so that's it then. What exactly do you need? We can communicate fast in a situation like this. We don't have to get into details because we know what's on each other's minds. Uncle Yoshiro's on my side, isn't he? I'm going to try and see if I can get a part-time job at one of the businesses he owns. Then I'll call you when I know my shift. So I just have to disappear while you're working, right? That's a little taxing. What are you saying, sis? Are you turning down your only sister's request? Seriously? Alright, I'll do it. I wouldn't want to see how you retaliate if I turned you down. Thanks. I'll buy you a cake on Sri Lanka birthdays. I'll throw in tons of pretty tarts, too. Sri Lanka birthday closed last fall. Huh? Is that so? Yeah. The owner had a stroke. He opened the store once, but he got sick again, so he had to shut it down. I see. That's a shame. I won't be able to eat their multiplying cakes to my heart's content anymore. I was disappointed that to my favorite cake shop I had closed down, but more so that this town had changed without my knowing while I was gone. It was kind of regrettable. Are there any other changes I don't know about? Yeah, there are some. I'll tell you when we meet up next time. Thanks. I'll tell you about my school life. Let's set up a date. I'll call you. Alright, I'll see you then. Neon, what is it? How are you? I'm fine. I'm glad to hear that. I'm hanging up now. Okay, see ya. It's really been a while since I last talked to her. I put down the phone and heaved a sigh as Kasai brought in some tea. So, how'd it go? Do you remember Uncle Yoshiro, who was in favor of me staying? I'll talk to him about my escape and ask if he can hire me to work at one of his stores. Blah. Are you sure? Some other relative might find out. That's why I asked sis a favor. I'll contact her when my shift is set, and she'll disappear while I'm working. Do you get the picture? Kasai looked puzzled. It's not really that difficult to grasp. It's simple. If someone finds me at work, I'll tell them I'm Mion. Do you get it now? Normally people wouldn't buy this kind of plan, but Kasai knows too well how easy it is for my sister to shake places. That's audacious, or shrewd, I should say. I'm impressed. Is that a compliment, Kasai? Kasai looked amazed. If things go south, it'll affect him too. Considering the rules of my dad's profession, he won't be able to get away with just a merely apology. That's why he doesn't want me to do anything too risky. I think I have to make it up to him since he helped me escape even knowing the risk. Alright, no problem. If I find somebody talking bad about you, I'll beat him up. Thank you so much. I knew I could rely on you, Uncle Yoshiro. Uncle Yoshiro pounded his chest with a fist after offering me his assurance. He seemed glad that I turned to him first. I'd be happy to help, since I'm so impressed that you're trying to support yourself. If you were here for money, I'd turn you into your grandmother right away. What? You're scaring me, Uncle. I knew he was reliable. He understood my situation straight away and promised to help. Manager, here's the shift chart. I'll put it here. One of the store clerks brought out a work schedule. There are many things I'm unfamiliar with written on it. So how much can you work? That depends on our respective schedules. I hope I can get in when I want to. Hey, that sounds a little irresponsible. But I know you're in a difficult situation. I'm depending on Mion for my work. Our schedules have to match. Of course, Uncle Yoshiro understood that, but I also knew he couldn't afford a selfish part-timer who only works when she wants to. In the end, he decided to hire me as an office helper, not an official worker. As a temp, I wouldn't have a work schedule. My uncle also decided to pay me out of his own pocket. Haha, it's fine as long as I can make enough to support myself. Sure, I expect to get what I'm paying for, okay? And don't call me uncle in the office either. Alright, manager, thanks for hiring me. Could you get it? Once all the business talk was over, my uncle pounded me with all kinds of questions. He asked me things like, what was it like in a prestigious girls' boarding school, and so on. Apparently, there are all kinds of rumors going around about St. Lucia Academy I was confined to, and everyone was curious about it. I had a few embellishments of my own as I explained how unordinary life at the school was. My uncle looked extremely delighted to hear all the little details about life in a secret garden for girls. Horny bastard. Once my uncle was satisfied, it was my turn to ask all kinds of questions. I wanted to know if anything peculiar had happened while I was gone. I won't be able to act like Mion unless I could fill in the gap of information left in the past 2 years. There haven't been many big changes. It's been quiet since the end of the damn conflict. I went to the academy only a bit after they froze the project. There was still a bit of tension then. Even after they shut down construction, things were still tense because the project was entirely cancelled. But the Onagafuchi Guardians disbanded about a year later. There was a big ceremony held at the shrine. That's when the damn conflict officially ended. That's right, after I was imprisoned. Is everybody sucking now that the conflict is over? I guess y'all had fun playing that war back then during the damn protest, didn't you? Try to imagine how much suffering the adults went through every time they had to come pick up their kids from the police station. Well, I can't deny that. It was like a festival for us. Uncle Yoshiro seemed exasperated at how differently kids and adults treated the conflict. Oh yeah, there was a dismemberment murder, wasn't there? One where that fucking jerk construction manager got split into pieces. They haven't caught the culprit behind that, have they? Did they finally catch him? Come to think of it, I don't think they've caught him yet, no. It happened on the night of the Watanagashi, didn't it? I remember everyone was making a fuss about it. Yoshiro-sama's curse, though it was pretty scary for us kids. Yeah, Yoshiro-sama's curse. This happened the year after, too. That's right, that was scary, too, wasn't it? Who was it again? That guy who supported the dam died in an accident, right? Hojo, wasn't it? It happened on the day of the Watanagashi once again. Everyone went crazy saying it had to be a curse. That was horrifying. Definitely. The construction manager that everyone hated was killed and dismembered on the night of the Watanagashi festival. The incident on its own was more intense enough for us kids. Worst part of his body was never found, which made it almost a ghost story amongst us. We seriously believed that the severed right arm was roaming in search of the body it belonged to. It didn't take long for the rumor of the Yoshiro-sama's curse to become a topic of discussion among occult researchers and like, considering their circumstantial factors. Even so, the rumor faded away after about a year. After the dam project was officially frozen, we held Watanagashi purely as a festival. But the curse struck again. The victim was a pro-dam activist who lived in Hinamizawa by the name of Hojo. He and his wife were on a trip. When they fell from a cliff to their deaths, it was considered an accident. Technically, the police were still searching for the wife's body. If I remember right, they never did find it, did they? Once again, the man most worthy of Yoshiro-sama's curse fell victim on the night of the Watanagashi festival. So the festival over Yoshiro-sama's curse rose up again. Until then, Yoshiro-sama was considered very important. At least in the world of us kids, it was just the name of the object of the worship in the shrine. Nothing more than that. I've seen boys peeing on the archway, and I was once stuck in my hand in an offertory box. Stuck my hand, okay. The existence of a god didn't matter much to us, but after 2 consecutive occurrences, the kids no longer doubted the existence of a curse. We were all shaken in fear of Yoshiro-sama. Everybody suddenly became interested in the old stories about him, too. We quietly listened to the musty old stories the elders had to tell, and we started to genuinely believe in the tales of Yoshiro-sama's miracles, which many of us had laughed away before. Yoshiro-sama's rules were awfully simple and clear. Enemies treading into Hinamizawa will be cursed. Villagers leaving the village will be cursed. But to find the village was terribly vague, where we never allowed to leave Hinamizawa village. Was going to Okonomiya still safe? Was a single step outside the bee out? Was a 3-day, 2-night hospital trip still safe? We kids tried to draw a line. It was decided in the end if you had a house in Hinamizawa or Okonomiya, you were safe, and it was okay to go on trips if you had a house in either area. I know it's weird, but those rules were made up by kids after all. According to those rules, I'd be cursed since I lived at a boarding school in such a remote area. I couldn't say it out loud because I felt embarrassed, but in fact I was a little scared of the curse. Yeah, it happened again the year after. It's scary when it happens 2 years in a row. I still believe it knows shows so much power. Sean Chan, what are you saying? Don't you know? No? About what? Alright, you weren't to that school before it happened. That's why you don't know. Uncle Yoshiro grimaced as if he said too much, as though he mentioned something I shouldn't know about. What is it? You can't leave me hanging like that. Oh, I think you're mature enough now. Hey, if you think my body looks underdeveloped, you should see an eye doctor. Sorry about that, guys. Who? You're that or you're a pedo. Okay, I'll talk. It happened again a year after that. What happened? What are you talking about? Tick. When I was very little, I always had this tick before I heard something bad. It was like a gnome who lived beside me and was giving me a warning. Like he was poking me with a small needle. When I felt this tick before my parents called me, they'd always either chide me or tell me something bad. So I used to run away when I felt it, but my senses seemed to have grown dull over the years. Even though my gnome poked at me, I just sat there. It happened again the year after the death of the Hojos. Last year, in other words, it did it. It happened on the day of Watanagashi again. 3 years in a row, that's right. You know there's a shrine in Hinamizawa, the Furide shrine. A priest suddenly dead on the night of the festival. They said the cause of death was an unknown illness. And the same night, his wife threw herself into the swamp. There was a big uproar. The mayor even had to hold an emergency meeting. Okay, guys, I'm going to take a few minute break here and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. I don't think the bit about the illness is true, but his death was very sudden. The priest was busy preparing for the festival, and he'd gotten sick around that time. I guess he died of a heart attack or something. But it's just that crazy that somebody died on the Watanagashi again. It's the third time in a row. It's unbelievable that so many people have died on the exact same day. The coroner didn't find anything unusual about the cause of death, so nobody suspected that anything was wrong. But you're right that the whole situation is abnormal. Only the people who are likely to be cursed died on the day of the festival. There must be something behind this, whether it's a conspiracy or a curse. There has to be. I decided I'd meet up with Miana at the library near the Okunomiya train station. It's not that I don't trust Miana, but I don't want to let her know where I live. Not many people use this library, so I won't see anyone from Hinamizawa here. It's very convenient for meeting someone in secret. After we discussed my life plan and work schedule, we moved to small talk. I've been away from this town for years. Things have changed. I asked Miana about those changes in detail in order to fill the gaps. While we were talking about various sightings, I brought up what Uncle Yoshiro told me about Yoshiro-sama's curse. Even before I left town, the curse had already struck twice. The dismemberment murder on the first year left me quite an impact. And the year after, the pro-tem activist couple fell off a cliff on the day the villagers were enjoying their first Watanagashi festival since the dam project was indefinitely frozen. This one also left quite the impact. The evil construction site manager was punished, and the next year the traitor to the village met the same fate. If it had happened only once, people would have concluded that it was just a bizarre coincidence, but when it happened 2 years in a row, people were far more likely to believe it was a curse. I know up to that part, and after I left town, the curse struck again for the third time. People talked about the curse more intensely than ever before, in both in Hinamizawa and Okunomiya. I have to rethink this. Yoshiro-sama's curse was just drastically gained credibility while I was away. It was still unclear at the first two incidents, but after continuing for 3 years straight, people's doubts changed to convictions. Even though the priest who died on the third year was an enemy of the villagers, the fact that people in Hinamizawa didn't care much for him added even more credibility to the idea. Was it the priest headed by a few, especially by the committee members? Yeah, they criticized him for being a fence sitter, whatever the hell that is. So how's that old gun? Where the hell's it gun now at? Anyway, toward the end of the damn conflict, the protesters were all taking aggressive stances, so they didn't like how soft he was being. That priest had looked strict and scary. The way he spoke was always so formal, but in reality he was very warm and reserved. Maybe it was because he was a son-in-law having married into his family, up to the priest and his personality were the perfect fit for managing the shrine that was used for summer festivals and village meetings. But that gathering spot style atmosphere of the shrine changed completely when the Dam War broke out and it became the headquarters for the Onegafuchi Guardians. Prior to the dam protest, hardly anyone worshipped Oyoshiro-sama. Of course, the devout elders paid worship to him, but the average person treated our god like Aichi fortune-telling. Once the dam protest began, Oyoshiro-sama was suddenly hauled out as a symbol of the village's resistance. Chasing the Oyoshiro-sama faith back into their roots was an exclusive elitist faith that believed its members were descended from a holy ancestor different from the masses at the foot of the mountain, and that those tainted masses should never come near the village. Of course, such self-centered ideology wasn't acceptable anymore in peaceful post-war Japan, so this doctrine was abandoned over time. Still, that idea remained that they treasured it back up to the flames of the nationalism and unite the town against the dam project. With the revival of those ideas, things only grew more radical by the day, and it didn't take very long for the Onegafuchi Guardians to become aggressive. After that, we were in state of war. 100 million burning as one killed the white savages with not but victory. Adults and kids were both gnawing at the bit to repel the foreign invaders. Describing it like that makes it sound kind of awful, like a reminder of the dark times of wartime Japan. But like I said before, for us kids, it felt like less of a war, more like a village-wide festival. Yet, despite calling it a festival, dissenters were treated coldly. Their heartlessness lived up to the expression wartime ring. The Hojo couple who voiced their acceptance of their dam project in the midst of the atmosphere were truly brave. Then on the second year of the curse, it died in an accident, and everyone believed it was Oyoshiro-sama's curse without a question. So they were branded traitors and enemies of the village. The Hojo couple faced worse than just being ostracized as traitors. Ostracized, but I don't know. Everyone gave it them the cold shoulder and talked behind their backs. The only person who did treat them badly was the priest. While the priest never objected to the anti-dam movement, he also never objected to the Hojo couple's advocacy for accepting the government's eviction and restitution to rebuild new lives. Those unforgivable Hojos became a slogan of the three families, especially the Sonozakis, who united the village by turning them into scapegoats. So they must have found it very shameful to have a fellow member of the three families approve of that, especially when it was the priest of the shrine that had become a symbol for the dam protest. As central figures in Hinamizawa, the three families were the backbones of the Onegafuchi Guardians, so a difference of opinion was undesirable, and the priest was never accused of anything, but secretly people whispered that he was a heretic, that he was unfit to serve as Oyoshiro-sama's priest, that Oyoshiro-sama's curse would soon strike him down, along with other rumors. Don't you think the priest was more mature than those around him? He was pretty cool, managed to keep his head and remain neutral while everyone around him grew fervent. I thought Mion would share my opinion when I chimed back in, so when Mion gave me a forced smile, he didn't agree with me. I was taken by surprise. If he were really mature, I think he would have cooperated with the others. He should have appeased them. He wasn't just the head priest, he was also the head of the Furude family. That was a time when all of Hinamizawa needed to be united, so having one of the families who were supposed to serve as examples to serve that harmony was... I don't know if I should be called mature, but it's hard for me to tell. I was taken aback. I barely managed to say the following. Even though we're identical twins, we still had our own unique identities. Every now and then our opinions differed, but usually only over some trivial matter. But we never had a difference of opinion this big, and it wasn't an enjoyable feeling. I decided to probe her some more. I don't really like the word you used, appease. What are you trying to say? Are you saying that a priest should have thought of the village as a whole and kept his opinions a secret? Many people shouldn't assert themselves before the whole. I'm not going that far. It's just I thought that as a member of the three families, he should have acted more carefully. That's what I mean. I faltered a bit as my tongue grew more like a cross-examination. I realized I was speaking a bit too harshly. What Mion expressed was probably the more mature opinion on our scale. When everyone needs to work together to stand up to a vast enemy like the government, people should refrain from actions that would destabilize that alliance. Writing it out and reading it now, I can understand that. But I wasn't mature enough to agree to such a totalitarian idea. Maybe it wasn't me at all. It was Mion who made that mature judgment. We became separated for over a year after being away from the town. In the meantime, Mion had been training to take over the headship of the Sonozaki family. She had been treated as such even before I was confined to the institution. She sat next to the hag in ceremonies and meetings. She took her place when the hag was absent. But that was just it. We were never that different. Mion has become very like a successor since I've been gone. Uh-huh. You sound like a grown-up now. She seemed to get what I was implying. Am I thinking like Granny now? That's good. You're the successor. You shouldn't think like the rest. You definitely learned the art of ruling. I never learned anything like that. I'm just trying to act like her. You could do it too easily, too. I don't want to. It's your role. Well, don't try too hard or you'll tire yourself out. I didn't mean to be cold, but Meakashi would take it that way. She smiled as if trying to pacify me. I smiled gently back at her. Sis, I mean Mion. What? What is it? Our separation has always been tough. Our names, the places where we live, are in our bodies. Mion looked down with a serious face, but then looked back up. Maybe think I'm jealous of that, but I'm not. We used to have some disagreements, but they were always small and forgettable. You don't have to feel sorry for anything. Up until birth, we were perfectly equal. Right after birth, we were separated by the Grenham's priorities. I used to get mad about it when I was little. There's no denying that, but we don't have to start a disagreement over it. Mion seems to understand what I'm trying to say. We each have our own characteristics, even though we're identical twins. Only we know the differences. We're also dependent on each other because of them. Mion seems to be more dependent. She always worries about me. If somebody gave her a cookie, she'd divide it in two and gave me one half. If somebody gave her a candy, she waited until I said it was okay to eat it. On the contrary, I'm cold. I don't care about others if I'm satisfied. I put the candy in my mouth right away. I have to emphasize I don't hate her, and I'm well aware that she loves me. We both know that. Mion must have been hesitating to put the candy of the successor in her mouth and was waiting to see if I was okay with that. Do your best, Mion. I'll do my best as Shion, too. I tapped her forehead and my fist lightly. Mion put her forehead against my fist as if trying to feel the warmth. She's Mion, and I'm Shion. She's the successor of the Sonozaki family, and I'm just a vagabond. That isn't a distinction, but rather our individuality. We shouldn't worry too much about the others anymore. We should feel relaxed living as who we are with our own characteristics. I didn't have to say that out loud. We can communicate by just touch, like this. Okay, thanks, Shion. No worries, Mion. Let's talk to each other whenever we want to, like we always have been. That'll never change, okay? Okay. Mion kept nodding with her forehead against my fist. I said goodbye to Mion before it turned to evening. We had talked about the things that happened during my time away, and I enjoyed having that chat between sisters very much. We were able to dissolve our unsettled emotions. We didn't used to do that. Maybe it's because we hadn't seen each other for over a year. But woo! It was late afternoon. My heart felt lighter now. I stretched and looked up at the sky. The sky was clear, blue, and far away. No matter how tall I grew, I'll never be able to touch that sky. I'm Shion Sonozaki, a girl who escaped from the life she was forced to live. Nobody will praise me for what I did and for what I'm going to do, but this is what I chose. I could think maturely, too. I psyched myself up. I should go shopping for dinner. Though I have besides help, I need to save money. I love junk food, but it's cheaper to cook. Ironically, the culinary classes from my evil school will come in handy when I go to the shopping district in Kami Ishiki. If I'm going there, then I need to take the other street. The cool breeze in the late afternoon felt nice on my skin. Because I came to the door while I was putting the stuff I bought into the fridge. Oh, wait a sec. I'm coming. Did you go grocery shopping? You must be tired. I don't get tired from grocery shopping. Oh, do you want dinner? I bought enough for you, too. Is that alright? If you say so, I'd be happy to. Because I look curious about what I'd cook. Don't look like you believe in my cooking skills. You'll pay for that later. Are you putting these into the refrigerator? I'll do it. Oh, thanks. Is this amount of rice enough for two? Here I go. Kasai skillfully packed food into the fridge while glancing at each item in turn. He noticed something. Shan-san, do you still hate canned food? I hadn't bought any. That was, of course, on purpose. It must have been hard to avoid it. I know it's illogical. Maybe I could eat it if somebody forced me to. No, it's like I thought I definitely couldn't. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I feel really sorry. I know I was out of line then. Please forget about that story. Shut up. Should I hang around in the kitchen, go watch TV or something? Guess I chuckled and laughed. I know this sounds stupid, but I hate canned food. If somebody told me there was canned food in a meal I just ate, I'd throw up. It started with this silly thing, because that told me a horror story when I was little. You know, one of those urban legends about the meat made from an unknown source. Like those rumors about how there's worm meat mixed into burger patties or dog meat in beef bowls. Kasai to make fun of telling me one of those stories because of how scared I got. Oh, had fun. He had fun, but I obviously didn't. I even started crying in the canned food section of the supermarket. That's how much I hated it. I don't freak out like that anymore, but I still don't like canned food. Since I don't like it, I don't force myself, and now I live my life naturally avoiding canned food. One of the big differences between us twins is that Mian doesn't have this issue, because I feel irresponsible for this, but you can't rid me of that fear. So a flaw like this is actually a good thing, otherwise it would be too perfect. Besides, set the table, would you? Smells good. Thank you for doing this. If there's enough food, you could go get to a beef bowl place later or something, and I'll turn off the TV. I hate having dinner in silence. Thank you for the meal. So, what is it, Kasai? You came here for something, didn't you? I handed him a cup of tea. I could wait until dinner was over, but I wanted to get to the point quick. I thought I should wait until we finished, but would you mind if we talked while eating? It's been bugging me since you got here. It'd be much easier for me to eat if you start talking now. We received a phone call from the school today. Today? That's late. Sounds like they didn't want to make it public. So what happened? Akane's son took the call. She said she was going to tell your father when the time is right. Akane's son is my mom. That's what Kasai calls her, as he knows her. Known her sister before her marriage. So what did he say? She said, I was lucky she answered the phone. Says she's relatively on my side, other than calling you a brat. She didn't seem surprised by this outcome, I see. So she hasn't told Dad yet. She's probably waiting for the right moment. I think she's going in a couple days. That is on the Hag's side. So he'll definitely talk to her if he hears about it. Then she'll have her man bring me to her, and depending on my explanation, make me offer a finger or two. Scary. I wish you could laugh it off, but please remember you're not the only one who, ouch. You're eating too fast. I cooked too much rice and miso soup, so you'll have to have another round. At least 3 helpings, alright? A few days later, Mian told me that the Hag had heard about my escape. So, how did she take it? She was furious. She said that if you were in Okinamiya, she'd get you right away. Scary. And is Dad doing anything? They'll hold a family council soon to see if any of the family members are hiding you. It doesn't look like she'll have the greenhorn search for you all over town, though. Holding a family council means that things will remain in the Hag's hands alone. She won't search the town for me. It's like she's unofficially proving my presence. Of course, I'll get caught immediately if they find me in a large public place. Seems like Mom did a lot to help me. I can tell she's being supportive. It's a long story, but my mom was sort of an outlaw, even though she's of the Sanasaki bloodline. A long time ago, she had a huge fight with the Hag because she hated the family rules and traditions. She was even excommunicated. My mom was supposed to be the successor, but she was deprived of the title and sis took her place instead. While she's quiet now, Mom's still an outlaw. She's always been on my side because I hate rules and traditions. Dad was flaring up at first, but Mom pacified him. You can't win against her after all. Okay, thanks. Let me know if something comes up. If things go really bad, I'm ready to leave town. Can't let Kasai Uncle Yoshiro or Mom lose face. Sis, I know what you're thinking. You're asking yourself why only I have to go through this, even though we're twins, aren't you? Mian was silent. That meant yes. It isn't fair that only you have to live like this. It's absolutely not. Thanks. I appreciate your feelings. Tell me when you get to go out. I'll arrange my plans so I can trade places with you. She sounded apologetic. I shouldn't go quiet or agree with her. She sticks to things a little too much. Once she goes down, she'll stay there for a while. So I just told her to send plain thanks. That's really nice of you. Okay, I'm hanging up now. Talk to you later. Oops. Okay, guys. I'm going to be ending the video here, I believe. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you all in my next video.